The Senate floor vote on XRP's rulebook is now expected next week, and while every channel celebrates, almost nobody is covering the one fight that actually decides it. That fight has a number attached to $1.2 billion today. Tonight, this desk does what the hype lane will not: the real vote count, the real obstacles, and the real dates, with every single one on screen. 6 stories, 9 dated receipts, every one of them checkable. Story 1, let's roll the tape. US congressman just announced live on Fox TV that the Senate will pass the market structure bill next week. Trillions are about to flow into Bitcoin, XRP, and crypto. Here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content.
You and other members of the Financial Services Committee are in New York to hold a field hearing on this bill. What can you tell us about the Clarity Act?
This is our opportunity to put real and substantive legislation on the floor and provide regulatory clarity in the digital assets space. Again, this is an example of the House doing its job. We passed this now approximately a year ago. The Senate has been struggling to move this forward. I'm optimistic that we get this across the line next week in the United States Senate. It's absolutely essential that the United States sets the gold standard for regulations in the digital asset space, that we unlock so much capital, human capital and financial capital that will come into these markets in the United States of America in a regulatory regime that protects consumers. Clarity does that. It's passed the House. It's time for the Senate to act.
Once we stack the second source on top, because one confident congressman clip and 2 independent voices are a signal, former CFTC Commissioner Summer Mersinger, a person who actually helped referee these markets, expects the Clarity Act to reach the Senate floor next week, per this morning's report right on your screen. When the ex-referee and the sitting congressman land on the same week, the calendar stops being a rumor and becomes a schedule, and schedules are what this asset has been starved of for 4 years. Every rally died on a someday. Story 2, the vote math. Former CFTC Commissioner Summer Mersinger expects the Clarity Act to reach the Senate floor vote early next week. Understand why it matters more than hype posts. This bill cannot pass on one party's votes. And for months, the honest worry was that no Democrat would touch it. Now, Real Money Markets named a Democrat senator at 60% to vote yes, on the record with her reasoning already public. Vote math is the whole game next week, and the math just moved our direction. For scale, this bill has waited for more than a year for exactly this kind of crossover signal, and betting markets moved before the actual pundits did, which is usually the honest order. Story 3, the fight nobody's covering. Clarity Act vote hinges on Trump crypto ethics rules. Democrats are demanding limits after Trump disclosed roughly $1.2 billion in crypto-related earnings during his first year of office. Let's play the clip.
Hey, Carl. Well, yeah, look, Senate leadership, they really want to have a vote on this rules of the road crypto bill in the next few weeks before they break for their August recess. Big question right now, whether they're going to be able to get enough Democratic support to pass. And that is increasingly hinging on whether the bill is going to put in place some strict limits on the president's ability to profit from crypto. Now, Democrats, they've been pushing for this ethics language for months, but it's become even more pressing just in the last few weeks when President Trump's financial disclosures showed him making roughly $1.2 billion from crypto-related ventures alone during his first year in office. I spoke yesterday with Senator Mark Warner. He supports the goals of the broader bill, but he said that it is critical for lawmakers to limit the ability for elected officials, including the president, to profit from crypto.
The president has made billions in his family off of this. We're going to suddenly go forward and say, and elected officials can take advantage of that situation going forward. I think that would be pretty outrageous.
The single biggest remaining obstacle to XRP's rulebook is an ethics negotiation about the president's own disclosed crypto earnings, roughly 1.2 billion of them. It cuts both ways. Honestly, it gives Democrats a real reason to bargain, and it gives both sides a face-saving deal to cut. Deals with faces to save tend to close, and notice to tell inside the demand itself. They are negotiating the ethics of the bill, not the existence of it. You only argue about the guardrails on a road you've agreed to build. If the honest vote counting beats victory laps, hit the like button and subscribe. Quick vote in the comments. Does the floor vote actually happen this week? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. Story 4, the tax bombshell hiding in plain sight. Just in, the President Donald Trump says that his plan is to eliminate taxes on cryptocurrencies like XRP. A spoken plan is the weakest form of policy there is, and it still matters because it tells you which direction the White House will push when the rulebook lands on its desk. Capital gains tax is the biggest crypto friction between retiree and a crypto allocation. Even the conversation moving is worth filling. Story 5, the quiet piece almost nobody connected. While the West debates crypto regulation, Japan is quietly rebuilding its financial plumbing around one asset, XRP, the institutional collateral, not hype. When we check, Japan's regulated infrastructure, prepaid payment tokens live on the XRP ledger under an FSA license. SBI is paying XRP to its own shareholders as a benefit. So we're seeing Japan is treating XRP as institutional collateral inside a sovereign financial system. The checkable facts are Japan's deep Ripple banking history, and last week's wave, the grand unified theory in that post, is the community connecting dots, and this desk says it out loud. What no one disputes is the direction of both stories. Story 6 is the week, all on one screen. One more date the recap channels keep missing. The executive orders regulation deadline lands on August 17th. Right behind this vote, 2 clocks, 1 month. A congressman and a former regulator both say next week. The betting money prices Democratic votes for the first time. The last obstacle is an ethics deal with $1.2 billion on it. And the White House just said the quiet part about taxes out loud. Votes can slip, ethics fights can stretch past a recess, and a 60% market means a 40% chance she votes no. Weigh that against 2 independent next week calls, moving vote math, and a negotiation. Both sides need to win, and this desk likes the setup more than any week since the charters. XRP sits near $1.09 tonight, soft on the day. Price like next week is going to be ordinary, but it's not, and markets historically wake up to weeks like this one, very late and loudly and all at once. If you want the vote counted honestly every single day, like and subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing. The date is real, the math moved, and the last fight has a price tag. Now you know all 3.
Bitcoin got things started by providing a public blockchain that allowed people to hold and transfer Bitcoin. The XRP ledger followed soon after, providing both a native digital asset similar to Bitcoin, as well as issued assets that could represent things like stable coins or tokenized assets of any kind.